And we are live. We are live. Yes. We're live and vocal. Give me a second, guys. Sorry if anybody's tuned in. Just trying to get some of that done. There we go. Good morning. Let's get a sip of coffee going. That's better. All right. Nice. I like the way it looks so far. Get some more cat wire. I think that's where I put it. Yep. Spool cat, stranded cat. Not sure I want to use stranded wire. A little less control. I'll be using lead wire for anything that's ultra thin, but we're going to see what we got in here. I'm not going to use enamel wire. Save that for something more important. Okay. Anyway, happy Sunday, everybody. Hopefully people had an enjoyable Saturday. Second thoughts. We're going to try something here. Got to get rid of the cotton center because that always looks. You can't include that. But I'm gonna try to get rid of some of this. I got some stranded cat wire here with a basically a. It's actually just it's not just the cat wire. This is just one leg. I want to get rid of all of the fiber that's there. Oh. It's warm down here. Hey, Ray, in honor of you yesterday at the field, I broke off a gun sight. Did you do that on purpose or otherwise? And welcome, Ray. How are you? I'm happy to report the GB made it to and fro with no broken gun sights. Happy about that. Ooh, excuse me. Did fly, although a little tail heavy, went and got some Wheel weights to balance it. Nice. Nice. Glad it was a good trip out. It's going to be a short session today, meaning that it'll only go till about just a little after 7 o'clock. Because I got to take my daughter down to her university in Connecticut for a week-long session at her dance session. Someone has a giant DR1 triplane, some cool stuff. Oh, I'm sure that must have been kind of fun. How many people were there, Ray? Come on. Around 25. No Ken, though. Yeah, well, I'm sure he had an intersection to be at. Can't vilify him for that. Is he being a swim dad? Exactly. Exactly. I'm actually going to try a little something here after we're done with this. Also going to try it using a new tool. That's what happens. Oof, those are rough. Those are better. Must be on an intersection near water. That would make sense. Hey, panhandle where the crowds are. Anyway, let's see how this works. This may work well. It may go down in flames. Literally. Not bad. Except for that smell. Not bad. Hey, Nick. Good morning. How did you went out yesterday and got a new car seat? Is that correct? How did that shopping go? While we're waiting for Ray to respond. He did respond, but I'll let him fill in. Pretty damn good. Have been made for the next flight. And did you really lose a gun sight? Or was that just a joke? I want to crush this in a couple of different ways. Maybe not. Will the new cars require any sanding? And yes, I bumped off a gun sight moving into the... Bought it online, found the one that we wanted on sale for $100 off. Great. We had a vision. We found the vision. Okay, I need to crush this thing a little bit. Okay. Let's see if I can jam that in somewhere. Yep, looking good so far. I'm gonna trim back some of this base. We got a place to jam it in. Hey, Joe, good morning. All right, I'm liking the way that looks. However, the burned end, the casing around the wiring, unfortunately, as it started to melt, pooled at the bottom, and trying to get that stuff removed is just a little bit hard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just continue to pry it off rather than trying to melt it and see if that works. So far, I'm liking the way this looks. It'll be a nice little addition to all the other stuff. This is going to take a little bit of time, but this is what we got so far. Just jamming it in with a lot of stuff, right? I got a bunch of stuff around a piece of what they call it. So right now I've got a piece of brass. I'm sorry, 3 pieces of brass, 1 bit of guitar string, 1 bit of some type of a solid core wire, and the plastic tubing. Hey, Charles, what's going on, brother? All right, Charles here, ready to ruin Nick's day. Nice. Hey, Mason, good morning. How are you? Chuck means Mason. All right, let's do this again. We're gonna. All we're looking to do is, I guess I'm pulling a Peter this morning, in that I'm just looking to see how just jamming wires in there. How does it look? Looks good, great. Doesn't look good, take it out, try something else. Doing good, man. The boy turns. Oh, happy birthday! Wow. Time flies, huh? Happy with your spawn. Wow, that's awesome, man. You guys got anything special planned for the day, Mason? My party today and big friends party next Saturday. Yeah, nice. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. See my fingernails now. I just kind of pry this, this casing off of this wire. It's taking a little bit of time. And we were talking about parties yesterday. We went to a graduation party, a high school graduation party. Steamy down here. Take off my shirt, but yeah, we're not going to go that route. But we went to a party yesterday. I was talking to one of the other parents about, and my wife afterward, about how these parties are getting bigger and badder. I remember when we were young and we were in a private school, we were not at the private school budget, and some of the parties that were being hosted by these parents, and of course, trying to keep up with that was like, yeah, my wife's like, we can't do that. But even today, looking at some of these parties, it's like, you get a couple $1,000s in hosting at a location with fast food or something else. It's like, man, got 40 people showing up, and it's coin. Can afford that kind of stream. Yeah, that's true. I saved that for another channel. Well, I will say, this have a tendency to pull. So yeah, cost of these parties, man, it's insane. But at the same time, it's for your kids, so you got to do it, right? Right. I hope everybody, like I said, had a good Saturday. It looks like Ray flew a plane. Nick bought a a larger baby seat, car seat. Anybody else do anything fun? Did the mini toolboxes at Lowe's for $20 again. Nice. I was actually thinking about getting a little toolbox, but maybe not. One of our guys at Patriot, Austin, who's been on a few times here early on, he can 3D print one specific to the tools that you use, which I am debating having done. Plans and got some sanding in. Nice. Wow. I'm fighting this fucker. Any drawer inserts for these that do the same thing. Yep. Yeah, but the difference is I can have the whole thing for just a little over the cost that you got for that. So it's a possibility. Like I said, I just have to figure out, is it something that I would use enough? Right now, I like the fact that I use a pencil case, toss all the tools in there, and it's fine. Couldn't have it printed on any color you want. Exactly. There's just so much customization I could have done. I could even put like a little graphic on the outside. Who knows? So many options. I'm trying to figure out if I've actually destroyed the cat wire here. I don't know if I have. I don't remember seeing any strands come out, but maybe. There's no fucking cat left. Okay. I'm going to try this again another way. Plenty of stranded cat wire. First of all, stranded cat wire, not a good idea for communication purposes. But it does make for good fine wire for stuff like this. Excuse me, a pencil case? Yeah, I know. It works perfectly because it's easy enough to just toss it into the bag. Is it his or an STL he found? An STL, no velvet line, hand carved wooden box. Nah, no. We ain't that hardcore. No. But the nice thing about the STL is that you can modify the drawers, the little areas, and be able to do stuff like if you wanted like a specific set of tweezers, he can mold in for something like that. So kind of groovy. Sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Anyway, I say gold leaf. Trying to make sure I don't take out any, since there's so few cats in here, I don't want to take out any copper lines. I don't want to take out any of the copper if I can avoid it. Try to preserve as much of the copper. That one's broken, so that's fine. I don't know. When I start plucking it, I lose some of the copper strands. When I burn it, I just have too much of that stuff at the bottom. I don't know. This isn't working either, so we'll find out another way of doing it. That's fine. We're gonna make something happen. Right now, we're gonna have some coffee. Use it on a beetle. Nice. Can't believe it's already Sunday. I know. Hey, Richie, what's going on, brother? I didn't even see you pop in, but there we are. Richie, I know, right? Yeah, it's already Sunday. The miserable fucking week begins again, starting tomorrow. Leave these over here. Put these away. Let's put some tools away before we continue on. I'm going to need to cut some more cap. We're going to melt it again. However, good morning. I know I missed it earlier. Apologies. Cap. Right there. It's okay. It is okay. Let's make your week better and get dinner. This week is going to be a bit of a bitch of a week because of work, and I'm actually going to a concert on Thursday night, which means Thursday night we will not be doing the usual show, and then Friday I'm heading up to see my wife, taking an extended weekend. Monday I got Zoe because of her arm. Tuesday, late work thing. Can't remember what I got Wednesday. This week's going to be a tough one, Mason. I was busy with last week. Yeah, with work last week. Yeah, this week's going to be a tough one. No rest for the weary, as they say. Okay, let's burn. It actually burned pretty well. That one actually burned pretty well. Let's see if I actually... I don't think I did any damage to the copper. No, what do you know? That one actually worked out better than the first one by a long mile. Well, I eat every day, so maybe next week. Yes. Do you eat every week? Yeah, I kind of try to skip a week or two. Okay, got tickets for Modest Mouse and the Flaming Lips. Nice. Who are you going to see? We are going to go see Cyndi Lauper on Thursday down at Great Woods. That's what I call it, at least, because that's how I grew up calling it. It's at the Xfinity Center. Otherwise, it was Great Woods. July is the hump month of the year at my job. Hump month, meaning that it is the hardest. I'm assuming the longest and hardest of the year, and then it starts coasting down. Richie. All right. It didn't pool up nearly as much now, and I'm wondering part of the reason why it pooled earlier was because of the because I peeled it back and then it just curled it around and melted and pooled. Girls do just want to have no, it's Great Woods. It will always be Great Woods. Yeah, until mid-August, then I takes a shit for the rest of the year. Really? It actually calms down that much? Wow. Okay, let's unwind. Yeah, it'll always be Great Woods. I haven't been there in many a year. I think the last time I was there, I saw The Cure. It was probably in the very late 1980s, early 1990s. There we go. Now I'm just taking these wires and just trying to splay them out a little bit. Hey, Light, good day. How are you? What if something great was? He was a character. Yeah, no idea. Don't know anything about him. Given that it's labeled the Xfinity Center, Yeah, I hear there's been some changes there from a seating perspective. Like, yeah, not a lot of people doing electrical work in fall, winter. Really? Really? Richie, residential, commercial, both? In fact, let's get some tweezers on this game. Oh, excuse me a second. Woo! Mercy. Doing well. Figured out some things today that were really stumping me for a while. How's everyone doing? Pretty well. What did you figure out, Light? What did you figure out? Inquiring minds want to know. All of this to create a little detail that may or may not be seen. Sorry, guys, give me a second here. I'm just trying to get this last strand done. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. Make a little tree out of that. So now what we're going to do is see how that's going to look inside there, which I think will be fine. I'm going to bring them back together a little bit. Yeah. Cut back on its base, insert it, see how it looks. Oh, mercy. Yeah. I'm going to trim off some of the tops, but there we go. I'm just going to trim back on some of that stuff so it doesn't look so wild. These are things related to school, thank God. Yeah, okay, good. It's always good when you can get school stuff figured out. Okay, I like the base. I'm going to trim back the base a little bit, even though I can probably stick it in a little bit more. Trim some of these tops off. There we go. In fact, I'm going to try to make them a little less even. So I'll trim back one of these a little bit more. Then we're going to have to paint this. This will be fun. Painting this is going to be extraordinary. All to add detail. Let's see what that is. That might be. Remember thinking about PACON, I was on the Bill Sowers podcast talking about his show is in general and community building. Excellent. Yeah, that's going to be a listen to when I'm coming back today from Connecticut after I drop off my daughter. Okay, nothing hypocritical right now. Great. Mason, how did fill in the crew? How did it go? How was that? Give us a little bit of a primer. I already heard, but I just want Mason to fill everybody else in. There we go. Woo. Okay. Got those stranded wires now inside. So what we're doing is, again, we're just super populating the inside of this everything inside of the neck ring that I've made to give it a bit of a just a different what they call it, like there's something going on. If the head's been ripped off, it needs to kind of look like there's something there, right? It's just Brian and I chatting since the others are on vacation. It was a great talk. I've heard from others that they really enjoyed the episode. Yeah, that's good, man. Mason's become our de facto spokesperson, which I love. Media outreach, please contact Mason. Right. A couple more things to get back there, but so far so good. Talk about other shows, to different judging types and why we go to shows. Yeah. All good stuff, man. Exactly stuff that needs to get discussed, right? And I mean, the conversation about why we go to shows is certainly hugely important. All right. Let's see. Piece of rod in there too. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do rod. I'm going to do more brass. So I do have some ultra fine rod I could throw in there too. .64. Yeah, we're gonna do one of these two. Just gonna throw a little bit of everything in here. Everything but the kitchen sink. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out if I've mislaid something. So this is what I think this is like. This is 0.64 millimeter, which is, I believe, part of like some HO scale or some back end kind of, you know, stuff. This is not common size, not or common evergreen size stuff. All right, let's see. How's that going to look? Pretty good. Just, you know, the thing about this is just throwing in different gauges in here. I think it's going to be pretty good. In fact, I'm going to probably cut about 3 or 4 of these and jam them all into different areas. Don't even have to be exactly the same length. I think I'll be able to jump into the office and finish the ropes on the boat. Nice. Anybody else doing any model work right now, or is it just still waking up, trying to get the coffee flowing? Got about 10 minutes before I'm going to have to bail today. It's got to take my daughter down to the New Haven, Connecticut area, and then get back and spend a little time before my wife has to leave. One thing I haven't tried, let's see. I think I'll be able to figure out what the fuck I'm doing today. I'll be writing on my PatCon build tonight. Writing on it for PatCon. Ugh, it's been a morning. Had a headache last night, so had to take something for it. Feel like a caveman. Sorry, Joe. What's he gonna say? Lost my train of thought. It'll either come back to me or it won't. Okay, that one's got to get cut down a bit. Because we're definitely, I will say, using the I'm not going to waste it either. I'm going to use both these tabs. Sorry, guys, give me a second here. I'm literally just populating the inside of this area. That's all I'm doing. Just throwing in a bunch of shit in here. But I'm liking the way it's coming out. Throw some lead wire in there in just a second. Let's see. Okay. I painted yesterday. Great. It's been a morning and a headache. Yep. Oh, working on. Okay. I'm like writing on. Nice. Mason doing custom work or plain Jane. I've got to reseal a sink that's leaking from around the seam and counter. It's always repairs now that I own this stupid house. Yeah. Nick, years ago, before my wife and I bought a place, it's like I always call it the pleasures of home ownership. It's you basically have to deal with repairs. I've got And the longer, and it's you always have to upkeep on a house, right? I liked it when a landlord had to do that. At the same time, I own it. Painting with shading, but at 1/550 scale, no weathering. Yeah. You can still do some weathering, but it'd be awfully light, right? And weathering is such a generic term in that regard. Let's see, we're going to go in here. Okay. That thing's looking pretty jimmy jammed right now, which I love. Nice. It just seems like that as soon as I paid it off, these things started breaking. Well, the good thing is at least you got theoretically the funds to be able to front it now. The house knows, Nick. You also could have someone waiting to show you damages when you have money. Yeah. Okay. Let's do another one. I'll cut this one in half. No. Yes. In the front. Damn it. That got shot. There we go. Same boat, Nick. Yeah. Again, pleasures of home ownership. Love it in a not sort of loving way. All right. Tomorrow I'll work on adding some lead wiring to this, but this is what we got for today. I may do one more kind of tube in here. I'm still waiting for them to show me all the damage from the water leak in the attic. Someone's coming next week to do a moisture test in 2 or 3 bedrooms and the laundry room. Oh, no. Nick, does this require a new roof? All right. We're going to leave this out because we're probably going to use some more of it. I'm going to probably get another different size tube in there too and just kind of jam it into the side there and then just go from there. Or not. We'll see. But right now, just to show you what we got. Just a lot of, let's see. There we go. Just a lot of shit sticking out of it. And we're going to go to next step is just going to be dropping in some lead wiring. This is all insurance because you can buy the test kit cheap, like $20. Hey, Clint, good morning. What's going on, brother? I'm going to put this away. The water came in from the AC. The drain line was not glued on properly and caused it to come off and drain across the attic. Oh, Ouchie. Hey, that sucks. Leave that like that. I had a 2-blade out here, but maybe I didn't. Maybe I put everything away. Who the hell knows? Maybe I actually did something right for a change. I'm gonna actually put some of this stuff away. That we're going to call it a session. Mason, Nick, oh gee, that fucking sucks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's shoddy work. It's the thing that kind of kills a lot. You know, it's one thing when you have to repair a house because something happened, right? Excessive rain because of, you know, like a once in a decade's kind of storm, one thing, you know, worn out roof, one thing. But when you actually have like that level of damage, that's just BS because of incompetence. Yeah. Half-asses, full ass or no, none at all. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. Nothing much short. Just watched Superman last night. Loved it. The new Superman film, good. It does look interesting. I'm gonna probably wait for it to come out on streaming because, yeah, superhero films and I are just distancing ourselves, shall we say? Yeah, came home from vacation to water dripping out. Oh, God, yeah, that's got to suck, dude. I'm so sorry about that. All right, my friends, it is time for me to get going. I've got to, like I said, take my daughter down to CT. Morning, Grams. Oops, I meant. Nice. Guys, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. Short session on a Sunday. I get it. We'll be back on tomorrow, same time for the session. I'm just going to continue adding stuff inside of the head here until it's all done, until it looks good. Right now, it's looking good. So just going to continue to add some more and see where it goes. Anyway, guys, go out there, do good. Enjoy the day. Mason, happy birthday to your son. Have a fabulous day. But go out there, do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It is getting nuttier, crazier by the day. I'm not kidding. It's getting nuttier. Stupid shit. We'll talk about it on Thursday. But do good. Enjoy the day, guys. I love you all, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.